Picture this. You're walking down the sidewalk and someone sneezes. What is your initial response? Some people are going to say bless you, while others continue walking, going on with their day. But that one sneeze could potentially be dangerous because of the fact that it is spreading germs all around the area. The English dictionary defines the word germ as a microorganism that causes disease. Once germs catch onto us, they are not easy to get rid of. Toxins are released inside our bodies, making us cough, sneeze, break out in a rash, and have a fever. We encounter germs in everything we do. They can spread easily, but luckily germs can be prevented. Because germs are here, there, and everywhere, it is nearly impossible to not encounter them during the day. According to Philip Tierno, the average human encounters 60,000 germs on a daily basis. Of those 60,000 germs, only about 1 or 2% of them are potentially dangerous. Every object in this world has some sort of germ covering it. For example, everyday items such as a dish sponge, a shopping cart, a keyboard or mouse, and a remote control are filled with germs. News.com by an unknown author states that a dish sponge contains around 775,460,560 germs on it and could easily be the dirtiest household item. A shopping cart has about 138,000 germs covering it, making it one of the more dirtier public surfaces. A keyboard and mouse have around 79,000 germs on them. And lastly, a remote control usually has about 17,000 germs. Although the germs we come in contact with won't always make us sick, they are moving constantly from object to object, waiting for the right time to make the right move. My next point is the way germs spread. Whether germs are floating through the air, passed on by a handshake, or you get them by opening the door, they are now on you waiting to hit another target. The Minnesota Department of Health have released some ways on how germs spread. They state, germs can spread to the hands by sneezing, coughing, or rubbing your eyes. They can also be transferred to other family members and friends. The Minnesota Department of Health also says that the germs can be transferred from infected food or raw food, and they can also be transferred from our pets. In 2014, researchers at MIT conducted a study on how far germs can travel. They found that droplets after someone coughs or sneezes travel on an invisible dust cloud, carrying them as far as the other side of the room. Some germs are even sucked up into air vents, carrying them to other rooms. The harmful organisms hiding in plain sight, waiting to leap onto their next victim, is the biggest reason why people need to do all they can to not have germs catch onto them. Lastly, carrying disinfectant wipes, using hand sanitizer, and washing your hands on a normal basis are all ways to prevent germs from spreading. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention state that getting vaccinated is the best way to prevent illnesses such as the flu. The CDC also tells us to avoid close contact with when people are sick, and if you are that person that is sick and not feeling well, you should stay home from school, stay home from work, and stay home from the stores. You should also make sure to cover your mouth and nose when you cough and sneeze. And most importantly, washing your hand is the easiest way to prevent germs from spreading. We all know that we should wash our hands, but how many of us actually do before eating and after coming in from outside, and even playing with our pets? GLAAD states that people should know that washing their hand is the single most important way to prevent infection. The CDC tells us there are 5 important steps into washing our hands correctly. The first step is to wet your hands with clean, warm, or cold water. You then move on to rub your hands with soap, getting in between your fingers and the back of your hands and under your nails. You should then scrub for at least 20 seconds. After your scrubbing is done, you should rinse your hands well under clean running water. And then lastly, you should dry your hands with a paper towel or an air dryer. In conclusion, germs are inevitable. They are and always will be on everyday surfaces we have. Because we can't escape them, it is so important to wipe down everyday items we use with disinfectant wipes. We should also make sure we're covering our mouths and stay home if you aren't feeling well. We encounter germs in everything we do. They can easily spread, but luckily with disinfecting, germs can be prevented.